Good afternoon, everyone. Our guest is just about to join us in a minute. Everyone, please welcome our chief guest, Dr. Buddha Chandrasekhar ji. I request the dignitaries to please join me on the stage here. Dr. Buddha Chandrasekhar ji, Dr. Padmakali ma'am, Shri Patnam Dwarkanath ji. Please join me on the stage. Good afternoon, everyone. As we draw the curtains on this enriching journey of exploration and innovation, I stand before you humbled and inspired by the collective brilliance that has illuminated these past 2 days. Our conference, Reimagining Smart Libraries, Emerging Technologies, Innovation and Knowledge Creation, has been a testament to the enduring importance of libraries and books in our rapidly evolving world. Throughout this event, we have delved into the depths of technological advancements, the transformative power of innovation, and the boundless potential for knowledge creation within the realm of libraries. But amidst all the talk of bytes and algorithms, it is crucial that we never lose sight of the fundamental essence of what makes libraries so vital: the enduring connection between knowledge and humanity. Libraries are not merely repositories of information, they are sanctuaries of wisdom, bastions of culture, and beacons of enlightenment. We are in the presence of luminaries who've inspired many by their commitment to their work as well as their ideals. In this series, let me first introduce you all to our chief patron of the ICRSL 2024 conference, Shri Patnam Dwarkanath ji. Mr. P. Dwarkanath is BSc, BL and PGD. He is retired as Director Human Resource with effect from July 31, 2006. Since then, he has been associated as Non-Executive Director till June 30, 2018 and now is Nominee Director of MAX. Mr. P. Dwarkanath served as the advisor Group Human Capital of Max India Limited, a multi-business corporate with consolidated revenue of more than $2 billion and has business interests primarily in the insurance and healthcare spaces. He's won several prestigious awards for his valuable contribution in the field of human resources, including the Pathfinders Award by the National Human Resource Development Network, HR Professional of the Year by Midday in association with DAKS London, and the Career Achievement Award by GSK International, Lifetime Achievement Award by Asia's Best Employer Brand Award, and Chairman's Award by Max India Group. Sir, I request you to please address the gathering.
Respected Chandrasekhar ji, very learned Vice Chancellor Padmakala ji. Dr. Apala, thank you for your generous introduction. Uh, Let me say a few words. Let me introduce myself for 1 minute. I was associated with one company for more than 4 decades. Um, I have not changed my name. I have not changed my profession. But the company with which I was associated, namely Horlicks Limited, or SmithKline Beecham, or GlaxoSmithKline, ultimately Hindustan Unilever, the company's name has changed 5 times, ultimately. Okay, but somehow I survived right from executive to the chairman of the company. So what I am saying is how relevant and apt this convention or the conference. Firstly, I am very happy to say as a part of ILM University Gurgaon that it's very commendable on the part of the leadership, including everyone, Dr. Banerjee, Mr. KP Singh, and many others who have supported to convene this international conference. And I was told there are about 100 delegates have present, and this is an international conference, not confined only to India or for Delhi NCR, which are very commendable achievements. My introduction to this conference, why it's important, I think this is the changing time. Many years ago, if I go to any university, I have been in the corporate life for 50 years, more than that. I'm not an academician. I'm trying to understand it from many colleagues here. I think what is important is everywhere we used to go there at that time, we want to take you to the library. I was a group study scholarship exchange scholar. I went to UK as part of Indian delegation. When went to Oxford University, he said, we have seen all the places. They said, no, you can't go without seeing the library. I think this is the pride, the jewel of the university. He said, you have many colleges, we have great faculty, but you must see the library. I said, what is the schedule? You know how Brits are. They very. He said, you have to spend at least half a day there. So that is the thing. Now when you said you worked for one company, but company's name has changed, why it has changed? There is a mergers and acquisitions, repositioning, restructuring, revitalizing is happening. So don't think that is not applicable to sector, which according to me is the heart of it. Who are the people who groom the citizens of any country? Especially we should be very proud of being having a demographic dividend in a country like India. So it's important knowledge. I think Dr. Apollo has said it. I was just listening to her very closely, which gives you that sort of wisdom to convert those knowledge into actions. I think today's world, technology plays an important role. At the cost of reputation, if I said it in many of others, please remember, be it you are a very key role to play in bridging the gap in terms of imparting knowledge and also providing that sort of opportunities to many youngsters who ultimately think about you or about the institute or the organization, what service you have rendered. This is actually a thankless job. It is like a HR job, let me tell you. I think you have to provide the infrastructure, you have to, everybody will say this is not there ultimately. What you have done, 9 out of 10 you may do it, but one thing, it comes with passion. You understand? It comes with passion. So you have to change with the times. If today, if I'm standing in front of you and saying, please imagine today's world, it is stagility, not agility, stagility. I think this is something I learned very recently. You need to have to be stable, but at the same time, you need to be agile. So how do you embrace technology? How to be innovative? I think if you see, the best way to predict future is to create it. That's what some great Peter Drucker said. But I think it's very important for you. You need to adopt, be agile, be adopt the principle of stagility to move forward. So technology plays very important role. Just to, without emphasizing too much on it, I don't have to say you understand. You are all very knowledgeable people. I think what is important, what Sony did to Kodak, Apple did to Sony. I think technology apart from many others are important. If you don't change with the times, if you're not relevant, you are no longer in the job or no longer in your position. So it is important regardless of the age. I want to emphasize, don't think this is meant only for youngsters. Oh, I am mid 30s, I am mid 40s, I am mid 50s, so how can I embrace? I think those who have embraced the change regardless of the age, it may take more time for you. You didn't have that sort of orientation as compared to younger, but this is relative. What I am at this age is something you must think you are much better than me because you're all younger. But I think it's important, don't have this mindset, growth mindset with adaptability, ability to manage the change. It is not change agent, you are change masters, because you will not only create the change, but you are able to stable that and survive and move forward. So with these few words, I would like to say thank you very much for joining us. And I wish you all the best. I have to leave with, there are 4 kinds of people: people who watch things happening, people who do not know what's happening, people to whom things happen. But distinguished minority are those who makes things happen. I wish you are one of those distinguished. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. I now invite upon Mr. Mohit Gupta, Assistant Librarian, IC University Library NLIU Bhopal to please present the conference report.
Good afternoon, esteemed guests, distinguished participants, and organizing committee. As we gather here to commemorate the conclusion of the International Conference on Reimagining Smart Libraries 2024, it's my privilege to present the conference report reflecting upon the enriching experiences and insight during this transformative event that has been held in IILM University Gurgaon campus on May 10 to 11. IILM Gurgaon is one of the most distinguished higher educational institutions in India. It is located in the heart of the Millennium City of Gurgaon, located in One Knowledge Center, Sector 53, DLF Force Road. The university is having state-of-the-art campus, impact world-class education through the School of Liberal Arts, Social Science, School of Management, School of Law, School of Engineering, and Computer Science. And they have the beautiful library in the campus also. The theme is recently held conference resonated deeply with the ongoing evaluation of the libraries in this dynamic hub of knowledge and innovation in an increasingly digital world. This two-day sangam of intellectuals allowed to do the manthan on reimagination of the library. The conference started with the inaugural session in the August presence of Sri Amit Kataria ji, who is the CEO and co-founder of Saras AI, Professor Dr. Padma Kali Banerjee ma'am, the Vice Chancellor of this university, and keynote speaker Professor Dr. KP Singh, Director Gandhi Bhavan and Professor of Law Library at University of Delhi. The inspiring keynote speakers delivered captivated keynote address offering visionary perspectives, future of libraries, digital literacy, role of technology in shaping information access and dissemination. This conference witnesses two thought-provoking panel discussions engaging participants in lively debates on the library services and emerging technologies innovation, as well as another session was on breaking barriers, creating inclusive library. The talk involves various topics such as artificial intelligence, inclusiveness in the library, to break the barriers and to welcome all the participants and the patrons of the library with the core heart of a librarian. The ethical implication of the data-driven decision making was also discussed. There are more than 130 papers received for publication, but out of which, due checking plagiarism and the reviewing them, 86 papers has been selected for publishing. Among them, many paper has been presented and the research presentation has been done during the 14 technical sessions showcasing innovative approaches of the library design, user experience, library engagement, information retrieval, evolving roles of librarians. Sir, I will be very happy to say that Anuvadini is also discussed into that with the creator. Sir is the creator of Anuvadini also. That's why I'm saying. So the themes of these conferences are is artificial intelligence and machine learning in library systems and services, librarianship, ethics and CSR. Another session was on the collaborative knowledge creation, crowdsourcing, and so on. There are more than 170 participants who has attended this mega event from various parts of our beautiful nation India, as well as from the many countries from this globe, like to name a few, Nepal, Bangladesh, Nigeria, UAE. The conference provided ample opportunities for networking and collaboration, fostering connections among librarians, researchers, educators, technology providers committed to advancing the mission of smart library worldwide. On behalf of the organizing committee, I extend heartfelt gratitude to all the participants, speakers, sponsors, volunteers, partners for their invaluable contribution and unwavering support, which have made this international conference a resounding success. As we reflect on the insight that gained and connections forged during this conference, let us carry forward the spirit of innovation, collaboration, and inclusivity in our collective efforts to reimagine the smart libraries for the digital age. May the idea exchange and initiative launched here continue to inspire transformative change in the library around the world. I extend my sincere appreciation to everyone who has contributed to the success of this event. Together, we have reaffirmed the vital importance of library as vibrant center of learning. discovery, and community engagement in ever-changing world. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir. While she needs no introduction, our Vice Chancellor, Professor Dr. Padmakali Banerjee ma'am, is an astute academician, a thought leader, and an institution builder. She is also a celebrated author and a management professional with path-breaking contributions to academic administration. We shall now be listening to her words of wisdom.
Thank you, Dr. Apala. So, a very good afternoon to all of you. You know, when I came into this hall, I thought there is nobody sitting because it was pin drop silence with a lot of discipline. Then I realized we are with the hundreds of librarians who have been really practicing discipline. So, one round of applause for all of you. You know, your presence on this campus was so captivating and it has been really good. I've been getting great feedbacks about your presentations. As we have seen in this great report that has been put together, that all the contributions which have come, we would definitely come out with a white paper and would be submitting it for policy level discussions, that how we can really reimagine, because you know India is reimagining everything today. So how do we reimagining the processes in terms of intellectual capital? How do we bring collaboration through the libraries? How do we bring in innovation where library becomes the fulcrum? How do we bring in intellectual capital with the help of enabling, creating an enabling environment for faculty to come and co-create new concepts? So I'm very honored to have amongst us, and he's the right person to be here, Mr. Chandrasekhar Buddha. A round of applause for him. All of you know he is quite active on social media. We get to know what Anubandhani is doing, what higher education is doing, what the government is. Created a very level playing ground for every institutions. And I see a world which is changed more after COVID, where people from all institutions are now collaborating. Just like you have Ivy leagues, now in India there are many leagues coming up. So a lot of institutions are coming together for best practices, sharing of ideas. We have another very distinguished person, as you heard from him, his words of wisdom, Sri Mr. Dwarkanath. He's our, you know, our incoming chancellor, and I must tell you, he's the right person. He has been thoroughly a corporate professional, mentoring so many leaders across both in academics as well as in industry. So I think together what we see that at this institution, we really encourage a lot of outcome-based research. You have got introduced to some of our deans and directors yesterday, but I hope soon after this session you will get little more final networking. Within the library and outside, outside, we want more of such interactive sessions where we can bring in a lot of collaborative research. I would also introduce, I have my Vice President, Mr. Sanjay. You can just wave at him. He has been behind for coordinating, getting so other kind of infrastructure ready for you, and entire team. Actually, I would love to see actually the entire 100+ people who are right now out there. You were on a mission. So I think this is really worth saying. Today I have nothing much to say, but I must tell you that we are looking at that the future, which is going to be very, very, I would say it is going to be a transformational change for India, because this whole decade is about change. We have seen that it started, of course, with a very big bang of COVID, but post that we see a lot of positive change, even as a country in terms of developing economy, even as institutions collaborating. So here we are at the helm where, you know, already our programs are going to commence very soon. So this 2 months we have dedicated for faculty development programs. So this is one of its kind which we had, and my compliments to Mr. KP Singh, all the faculty members who were tirelessly working towards the same. And with these words, I once again compliment each one of you. I was going through the abstracts personally, and I must compliment there we are trying to create a theme that will go out in the book, which is going to be released very soon. after careful consideration. And so with these words, I think this journey should go on, and we are creating a path of excellence where we want everybody to participate. And again, on behalf of everyone of ILM, must once again welcome you, compliment you. We have an open door policy. So for any good work, we need to collaborate together. Thank you so much, and namaskar.
Thank you, ma'am. We are fortunate to have been joined by Dr. Buddha Chandrasekhar as our chief guest today. He is the CEO Anuvadini, Ministry of Education, and Chief Coordinating Officer, AICTE, Government of India. Dr. Chandrasekhar is focused to make India the education and knowledge capital of the world by providing the best education, technology, skilling, internships, entrepreneurship, startup, and innovation ecosystem of the youth of India. He created Anuvadini with the vision to make in India generative AI, video, voice, and document AI translation tool which supports 29 regional Indian and foreign languages. He decided to help break language barriers and unify India and the world under the principles of Ek Bharat Shreshtha Bharat and One Earth, One Family, One Future. He embodies a unique combination of technologies, ideas, multi-domain business knowledge, entrepreneur, leader, and a go-getter attitude. He has been focusing on strategy, technology, and business transformation. He is leading Ministry of Education, National Educational Alliance for Technology, NEET, initiative, internship entrepreneurship portal, artificial intelligence language translation projects, among many others. Sir, I request you to please address the gathering.
Good afternoon all. On behalf of Ministry of Education, is on? Hear me? Okay. On behalf of Ministry of Education, I welcome all of you, because nowadays I'm working on languages which starts with L. So I started loving libraries also because I'm keep on seeing so many books nowadays, and we are keep on translating so many books from one base language to either from English or Hindi to various vernacular languages. So I'm so fortunate to be here, because the kind of a conference, what they're doing on the international conference on reimagining smart libraries, because this I see the very important, because the libraries are basically the knowledge repositories. If you know how to use it, I think, that is where you gain a infinite amount of knowledge. That's what the library definition is, I mean, based on my understanding. But before I move forward, I would like to thank our Vice Chancellor, ma'am, of IILM University, Padmakali Banerjee, ma'am. I mean, I met her in so many various occasions. So we shared a lot of knowledge. I mean, I always interested on learning, because I feel that every day, every moment is for a learning. That's a God-given opportunity to us. So today also I'm sure I will learn, because I'm just going through this book and I found very interesting topics. So I'm sure that I will learn something today. And I would like to thank our special guest Dwarka Nathji and all the participants here. And I'm so happy to see that there are 180 participants, because the library is the one which is very, very boring actually. To be very frank, if you ask me to keep quiet for next 5 minutes, I can't. So, but I think, what I realized is maybe God gave the librarians the different kind of a skill set altogether. At the home, if you see, right, can you keep quiet for 10 minutes? Just next to impossible for a human, because your thoughts are running so fast in 21st century. It's just next to impossible to control your thoughts, unless until they are a superhuman beings like librarians who can do it. I mean, trust me, I mean, I'm not praising you, but this is a matter of the fact. Because I tried my level best to control myself, but I don't think, we can control, because we are a technologist, the thought flows so fast. And another beautiful thing what I see in librarians is human has two sides of brain, right and left. So what happens, either the technologies use either right or left, one side of the brain. The creative people use only one side of the brain. Do you know that? Because they're very good in one side of the brain. But one person in the entire college who never gets any recognition, to be very frank with you, they never get any recognition. The students don't bother, the faculty don't bother, the management don't bother, but still they survive and they are taking the entire knowledge repository of that institute forward. I think they are the one, who is must be appreciated. I'm so happy to see that you all are coming together and working, because we in India, as you know, we all feel like, one theory called Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. We all are one. The entire world, every human in this world is our family member. I'm so happy to see that, more than 6 countries are participated in this international event, from Sri Lanka, Nepal, Nigeria, UAE, Bangladesh, and of course, Bharat, our India, our country. So I'm so happy to see that. And another very, very important point is that more than 50 plus institutes, universities are participated, and more than 86 papers are accepted and 106 papers received. I mean, why I'm reading all this? Because, this basically gives that, the entire, everyone is working as a team. The team India, I think the team Bharat, and the new team Bharat. Because the NEP 2020, what is NEP 2020? Sometimes, you need to read the 600-page document, very boring document. Who will read 600 pages in 21st century? So the matter of the fact is that the NEP 2020 wants to make our country as a knowledge capital of the world. But where is the knowledge? The knowledge is in books. Where is the books? Books is there in library. I think, these all are interconnected. I mean, I must appreciate who wrote this NEP 2020. The framework was just extraordinary framework. Maybe few years back we have Ambedkarji, who written Constitution. That's one of the best thing what happened to our country. But now I see the National Education Policy 2020. If we implement in a true spirit, I see that India will not only become a knowledge capital of the country, the research capital of the country, skill capital of the country, technology capital of the country. I think very, very important. But at the same time, as a technology is always, people ask, are you towards artificial intelligence and all? I said, no, I'm not. I am basically towards a HI, not AI, human intelligence. Very, very important. No one can defeat human intelligence, because just now we have taken a AI help, the Google map, and it basically took me somewhere else. Then I used my human intelligence. I asked someone, भैया ये कौन सा जगह पे आता है? बोला अरे साहब इतना ये बहुत सिंपल है, इधर जाइए, ऐसे जाइए, ऐसे जाइए, ऐसे जाइए. So I remembered everything. I came here. Human intelligence is always intelligent than artificial intelligence. But for the librarian, one thing is very, very important, is a data intelligence. Because you have thousands of books with you. Imagine a student like me, crazy student like me, come and said, I'm an electronic student, but I am interested on quantum computing. I think you need to direct him to the right place, right? I think the data intelligence is very, very important, along with another thing called RI, research intelligence. Because you already know, example, a student come with a problem statement saying that, I am interested to learn about Newton's third law. He is not talking about the book. He is talking about one particular research item. So the librarian needs to have the research intelligence in their brain, so that he will simply say, go to the third lane on the 6th right side on the 3rd deck, there is a book, you can pick it up. I think that's a greatness of the librarian, who have that kind of a memory, each and every book, each and every page. So, sir, when I did my engineering, first year engineering mathematics, very difficult. So what I did, मैंने पूरा रट्टा मार दिया, entire book. I still sometimes, while in sleep, I remember, because it's like very complicated thing. The first year M1, M2, right? I'm sure most of you also did it, very complicated thing. So जब मैंने रट्टा मार दिया, वो टाइम पे मुझे अभी याद है कि I think, if you remember things, but what is the size, what you can remember also matters a lot. After some time it will go out of your mind, right? But the librarian can understand, they remember each and every page, what is there in the context of that particular page, and they will remember different topics, different categories, different section of books. I think, that's a greatness. Because, I'm not appreciating you people just sake of appreciating, but this is the fact. Because what happens, one professor, he goes to a college, he teaches, delivers one particular subject, and he goes back, right? Imagine a civil engineering professor, can he deliver a computer science lecture? No. So what it really means, there is only one integrated place is a library. But why don't we take this library towards a technology driven? I think which is very, very important, because I still remember my librarian once I am doing my diploma that time, and we have an engineering college next to our college, so it's a common library. So I asked him about one book. He said, Beta, don't take this book. This is a local book. You take that red color book in the 6th shelf. You pick it up. You will gain more knowledge. I think that day I understood the value of the library, and I picked that book. I became a college topper. Because what happened? See, they are like a guide. They are like a mentors. They give you a direction. Normally what happens for the professor, they decimate the knowledge and they will keep quiet, because they will get scared that the student may ask various questions, right? But the librarian is a guardian. They are like a grandmother and grandfather at home. Not like a father and mother who scare you, or who will scold you. The grandmother, grandfather, they love you so much that they always try to help you, right? They will try to take you to the next level. I think this is where I see the value of what librarians are adding. But at the same time, how we can integrate a technology. See, the first thing, I always have one thought process in my mind when I used to work for Microsoft and various other industries, and I was serial entrepreneur. I started few companies, I sold few companies, I failed few companies. When I joined Government of India, I asked myself, what is that I'm trying to do? Then I decided one thing I realized in our country, people will come out of the degree without knowledge. Right? Basically, they are mugging up everything and coming out of the degree, which is called a piece of paper, which is of no use. Because I don't take it otherwise, but what happens, sir, as I said, I was a topper in my college. I finished my diploma, then it's a part-time engineering, so I joined somewhere. I used to say, I'm a topper in the college, I'm the topper in the college, I'm the topper in the college. So after 3 months, one sir told me, Bakwas band karo, kaam karo. Then I realized there is no value of this unless until I'll acquire knowledge. I think this skilling and reskilling and upskilling, where it will happen. See, the skilling, reskilling and upskilling starts from libraries. See, the person, I still remember that red color book because, he guided me. He said, you reskill, upskill yourself using this book. So what happened? That's an engineering book. I was a diploma student. I studied that book. I acquired more knowledge, and I stopped studying in my engineering because I already acquired all that knowledge what I supposed to acquire in engineering. I think, this is where the guiding principle, it is like a navigational system. The librarians are navigational systems, so they will take things forward. But why can't we attach the technology with the navigational system, providers? So here I see the first thing is the IoT, because getting the right book and analyzing it and giving that information to the student, right? That's very important. I recently visited one of the college in Andhra Pradesh. So he showed me advanced library they have. It's a smart library. But the beauty of this is, I don't know whether you have looked into such kind of systems or not, but you can go into one place and you can just deposit the book by scanning the book. Have you ever looked into it? So what happens? The in and out, the inventory of the entire library is just based on the scanner. So I was looking into it. Then I asked a question, can it scan a local Indian book, which is in Indian language? He said, no, only English. Then immediately we came back in Anuvadini and we created a system now where you can scan the book even though it's in Bharati Bhashas. I think it is very, very important, because unless until, see how you are giving a knowledge. See, if you say, I studied in a Telugu medium and I'm always proud that my mother language is Telugu. But I studied in Telugu medium and suddenly switched towards English medium in diploma, then in engineering. So obviously I got scared, and I don't know how to read and write, and and I can't even ask my neighbors or my parents or anyone, because everyone speaks in Telugu. So now imagine you have one book in English, the same book copy in Telugu or Tamil or Hindi or any other regional language, don't you think the knowledge what student will acquire will increase, right? Their understanding will increase, their skill will increase, their employability will increase. I think this is where the government of India is working, and very fortunately I got an opportunity. So myself and 3 interns, we sat together for 9 months, and we created this wonderful tool called Anuvadini, where you can give thousands of pages with formatting, because books are with formatting, right? Not like a plain text. So it may have a table, special characters, formulas, different images. So I always envision what is the outcome of this project, because the outcome of this project is not a book. The outcome of this project is empowering the student and the faculty, so that our country will become a knowledge capital of the world. So how we can achieve it? The only way you can achieve anything is by giving the best of the best, then expect the best of the best. So when we working, I always envision that exactly Xerox mission hai na aapke paas. So create a Xerox mission, so that you give book from one side in Hindi or English, it gives the same book with the same format, exactly like a Xerox copy, with the same font size, font face, everything with formatting same like on the other side. Someone said, right, ek side pe aloo laga do, dusra side pe chandi le lo. So aisa like that, so we have created this kind of a mission called Anuvadini, which does this. But slowly what I realized, I think there is something called Sabka Sa Sabka Vikas. That's what Honorable Prime Minister says. I'm a South Indian, I never understood, but slowly I understood what it is. The meaning of this is, don't ignore the people who can't read. So now we are very fortunate and very happy to share that along with the physical copy we are giving and the digital copy we are giving, we have created an audio version of that book. So that now who can't see, they can hear and they can understand and they can move forward in their life. So because initially I never understood what is this Sabka Saath Sabka Vikas. We must take everyone forward in our country, so that our country will develop, which includes the tribal areas as well as the village areas. So the biggest problem is how they can get these books into their hands. See, nowadays everyone is using mobile, right? And as well as the Pradhan Mantri speaks in radio. Is there any way we can translate these books in a physical format to a digital format and share this to them? Can't we use drones and robots to transform the books, transport the books from one place to another place? Because what is happening, if you go to a small remote village area, right, there is no library available there. So how they will acquire a knowledge, right? Is there any way we can digitize all these books, and with help of the robots or with help of some kind of a transportation, we will take these books towards them and let them read it their own language? So I think this is what I thought. And the another thing is digital twinning. How many of you know about digital twinning here? Very good. I think there is a technology called digital twinning. What happens, let's assume we recently did an experiment. I will explain that with a real-time scenario. There is a aeroplane engine they are building in German. So we requested, why don't you give a digital twin of it? Because the physical mission is there in German. We have taken a digital twin of that mission. We have given it to our students in a couple of colleges. They rewired that mission and sent it back. Even the best of the best German scientists appreciated our students' effort. I think I see the same thing. Why can't we do the same thing in our libraries for our books, so that you will have a physical book inside your library, but someone digital twin can be accessed outside the library, and the villagers as well as the people living in tribal areas, they will basically access this book using digital twinning. I think just think about it. I mean, I always feel that we need to do something out of the box, so that we will reach them. Because recently I always feel, do you know only 4% of drinking water available in India? How many books we have on preserving drinking water in our country? Very less. I'm sure you may have maybe one or two books. I think, we are not focusing on where we supposed to focus. Do you know 48% of food production in our country is getting wasted? Is there any books or is there any knowledge repository which can basically reduce that food wastage in our country? Very few. I think, we are focusing on something which we really don't want, something called entertainment. So I due to some reason we like it. But actually the matter of the fact is, if you see, right, the agriculture production output, the water and the technology, I see that, these four are like a pillars for our country. If we can balance the act of agriculture with the technology, I think, we will become a Vishwaguru. No one can stop us. But slowly we are only more inclining towards a technology and leaving the agriculture. I think, I see that we need to write more books on agriculture, more research on agriculture, more innovation on agriculture. I think, this is missing part. But why I'm telling you, because the students will come to you. So that time, along with that, why don't you give one agriculture related book to him? Beta pad lo. See, even nowadays, 90% of Indian soil capacity we never even gauged. I think, what is happening is we are slowly moving towards like a robotic way of life, and forgetting that, the food production and agriculture is very, very important for human being. I think this is I thought, I just thought of sharing because I just speak out of my mind, not on the paper. But another thing very important is predictive analysis, because what happens, how many students are coming to the library? Is it a girl students or a boy students, civil engineering students or a computer students? What kind of a books I need to purchase and what format? Because, this formatting is also very important, because nowadays people are reading everything on the laptops, right, or tabs. So is my book compatible with all these devices? Is there any PDF based but interactive PDF based? Have you ever tried interactive PDFs anytime? What happens, you have a book, but there is, let us say, there is a word called participants, which I don't know what it means. I just click on it from that PDF and it will open up lots of knowledge repository, including YouTube videos, etc., etc. I think, we need to create infinite knowledge sharing systems, so that the student will learn, keep on learning, without breaking that chain. Because it is very important to connect all these dots together. So in order to connect all these dots together, it is very important to have interactive PDFs, which is very important. And another thing, what I realized after joining Ministry of Education, because being a technologist, I never thought of it, but I understood and learned one thing, that every student is unique. Every student learning patterns also unique. Because example, I'm interested and I'm very comfortable on watching YouTube videos and learning. Some may have a capability of watching, looking into the images and learning. Some may have a research based learning approach. Some may have only textual based learning. Everyone's learning patterns are different. So is our content is available in all these learning patterns? Because these are the different things which student can't express. You as a librarian, you need to understand and make those things, those content types are available. Because we are so fortunate that now we are using 4G old, we are going on 6G 7G, because Indians like G, Modi ji, Adani ji, Ambani ji, I don't know why, but we like G. So now the 4G old is giving that kind of a capabilities to us. Okay, is there any way the students can remotely access all our content, but with a different content types? Because giving the book only in a digital format makes no sense. Can you summarize that book? Can the student ask a question to that book? Have you looked into something called Ananta in Anuvadani tool? You look into it, you will love it. What we did, once I been somewhere, so they have given 600 pages of book. I said, you please give me a digital copy. They have given. So then I realized reading 600 pages is very boring nowadays, very difficult also, because attention span of user, the current human, became less than 7 seconds. So how I will read 600 pages of book? Then I thought we need to solve this problem. So we have created something called Ananta. You know what is Ananta, right? In Sanskrit, Ananta means infinite. So you can simply upload a book there in any language. Let us assume you are running a library in this college, but someone sent a Tamil book to you. He said, sir, this is the digital version of the Tamil book. Please use it in your library. Now the matter of the fact is here students know only English, Hindi and maybe Bengali or Punjabi, not Tamil. What you will do? All you can do is you can use this Ananta in Anuvadani. You upload that book and student can ask any question in Hindi or in English or any other language even though the book is in Tamil. That's the greatest of this tool. They can interact, they can ask questions, or they can say please generate questions out of it. The Ananta will generate questions out of it. Even though the text is in Tamil, you will get the question and answers in Hindi, English or any language you want. It summarizes everything into one place, and it will give you the capability of even reading the context from the videos. Let us assume you have a knowledgeful video of regarding some computer science subject, example Python. So you can take that video URL, you can put it inside Ananta, and you can ask, now you tell me in the 15th minute to 20th minute what is they mean in that video is in Spanish, but I'm interested to learn this in Hindi. It basically translates and gives you all that information in a textual format as well as in an audio format. See, this is a beautiful solution. See, why I am throwing this thought process to you is that we need to think out of the box and try to give the best of the best to the students as well as to the learners basically, so that they will acquire more knowledge. And another thing what I realized is, as a librarian, which book is very valuable asset. I think it is very important to publish those publications on the social media so that people will know that you have a valuable asset with you, and they will come and they will read it. I think the librarian always needs to welcome, and of course you all welcome students. At the same time, the books are there within the shelves, right, which you need to take it out and show it to the world. See, one thing, once I been to London, and I've been to this London, this very big London library, very big, very huge. So I've been there and I asked, do you have any documents on Indian independence? Because I have 2-3 hours time, I have a client said, you come after 3 to 4 hours. I thought I will go and see. I was shocked in my life, ma'am. They have almost 3 stories. They said, oh, what you see in Indian books is not real. This is the reality. You go and read it. I was shocked after reading some of the publications. Oh my God, that's completely a different version. But from a British point of view, they wrote so many great things about our country, which we never wrote. We never have. I think, one important thing I see is that if you go back little 10,000 years back, our ancestors gave one thing which is very, very important, is the write-ups. Some wrote Mahabharata, some given Bhagavad Gita, some wrote, how to solve the medical problem. Some wrote books which basically calculates the distance between earth and sun. What is Hanuman Chalisa? If you translate that Sanskrit into a simple, easiest, meaningful words, it's a distance between earth and sun. How they measured without any instruments. That is the greatness of your forefathers. They have given you the best of the best brain which you can use. That is where Indians are always flourish. If you see, they are the CEOs, CTOs. Nowadays there is another new thing came. They said, if you want to become a CEO or CTO of a company, then you must be from Indian origin. See, because we are the best of the best in maths and science, not from now, from last so many years. And at the same time, this is the land where our Chanakya born. So the best of the best brain in the entire world. I think we need to understand, they have written so many things, but where they have written in the books. That books is basically getting carried. I think the librarian role is not only give the books which is of a 21st century, but give the books to the hand of a student, so that they understand our country culture, they understand our country traditions. Because imagine at the time of corona in our country, because we are in India, at least the neighbor helped us, at least to an extent. In USA, in US or on any other countries, right, no one touched others. Even few died, the neighbor also don't know that this person died, their family member also don't know that this person died. And one of the family, Indian family who residing in US, one of my friends family, their child became so I mean, I don't know, I don't want to use that word, but she used to get scared when she see the human, because she never saw the human. Only two people she saw, his father and mother. Imagine the kind of a situation. Because of our culture, our family system, we are still surviving. I think it is very important to give that knowledge to the next generation. So all I request is, along with the books, the scientific mathematical books what we have, I request madam also keep some Swami Vivekananda ji's books, some culture related books, some history about our country. I think this will give more knowledge to the student. But I would like to finish this with one thing called customer service. That is what you do much better than anyone else. I think the librarians has this customer service, but now this customer service become an e-customer service, because they are not coming back to you to give the book. They are just dropping somewhere in the dropping place, and it is basically getting picked from there. I think this interaction and relationship with the student is very, very important, I see, because I still remember that red color book because of the librarian. And he told me one biggest secret: the best books is always on the top. I don't know whether it's true or not, but he said, आप सीढ़ी लेके आप ऊपर चढ़ के वो ऊपर का रो में देखेंगे ना, there we will keep the best of the best books. So I started climbing and reading those books, and I'm so thankful to him that because of him I never studied in my engineering, because I covered everything in my diploma. That's a greatness of a librarian. He can be a guide like a father and mother in school, in as well as in college. I think I thank everyone for giving this opportunity, and I request all of you to utilize the Anuvadani. It's our Make in India, our own tool. Myself and 3 interns, we all created, and now most of the people are using. But I request all the books you have, if it's in digital format, you just put it there. It will give you any language you want, 18 Indian languages and 18 foreign languages. And now we are even creating an advanced system where we have already created, there is a Bharat Tube. If you go to Anuvadani, you can put any YouTube video and say that, I want to hear that in Telugu or Hindi or any language. It instantly translates and give it back to you with music, with background noise, everything. So such a wonderful tool, and it's free. So this is a gift of Honorable Prime Minister to all of you. So I request all of you to use it. At the same time, you please share the knowledge, share this Anuvadana information to all your fellow librarians and, your family members, your friends, so that they all know that there is a best of the best beautiful tool created by Government of India for Indians, by Indians, so that, they will all acquire the knowledge. I thank all of you for giving this opportunity. And I will go through this book because, I'm just, I always try to learn on it. But I seen that I thought of sharing few things, but then I realized it's already there in this book. I don't know who composed this, who authored this book, but wonderful book. I will read it. And one line really struck my mind. It says, libraries are pillar for societal development, fostering academic excellence and knowledge dissemination. I mean, trust me, the minute we involve the industry, na sir, to these libraries, I think, because in the industries we basically look into the problem and try to solve the problem. If we can acquire that knowledge and put it in our libraries, right? I think, that will change the entire thought process of the student. They will try to understand things not only from a academic point of view, from a problem solving point of view, because Google is also saying very simply, I don't care about your academics. If you can write the code in less than 10 lines, you are in. What it means? It means we are slowly moving from a degree based economy to a skill based economy. That's where the libraries and librarians play a major role. I thank all of you. So let's all work together, and I'm very active in various platforms. All you need to search is Buddha Chandrasekhar, Buddha Bhagavan, and Chandrasekhar is Shiva. So both names are there with me, and I'm open and available at any time. So recently I been somewhere, someone told me, साहब एक काम करो अनुवादनी में म्यूजिक रहता है ना, उसका नोट्स बनाने का एक एआई बना दो, एंड म्यूजिक नोट्स देंगे तो म्यूजिक बनना चाहिए. So you will earn lot of money in Anuvadini. You don't know that it's a government tool. But I said, okay, it's very good. I always encourage, the problem statements, so that we will solve it, because solving is our problem. We will solve it, but you give us the problem statements. You may say that, this is the one scenario. I think it is very useful for librarians. Example, recently we did one for uh, our parliament. So in the parliament from 1970s, we have documents all are handwritten or typewriter. Do you remember that tuku typewriter, right? That typewriter. So what we did, we have taken those, we have translated, we have created advanced OCR for them. And not only advanced OCR, our Anuvadini large learning model can detect multiple languages on the same page. If you use Google Translate, right, it will detect only one language. You need to give only one language, and the destination language is only one. But here in Anuvadini, let us assume in one page, this is a page, you have 3 to 4 languages. Hindi, English, Marathi, Urdu, Tamil, Telugu, like that. It recognizes all the languages, it digitizes, it translates into any language you want. That's the beauty of it. So they have given a problem statement. We have solved it. If you also have a problem statement like this, with respect to librarians, feel free to share. We will solve it. And because, the India is now not only for an Indians, so India, the entire world is looking towards our country. So we need to solve the problems for the entire globe, and we are happy to take up those challenges, and we are ready to work on it. And we normally work, more than 21 hours a day. So I'm happy to work for 1 more hour to solve any of the problem you have. Thank you very much. Namaste to all. Bharat Mata ki.
Thank you so much, sir. I now request VC ma'am to please felicitate our chief guest. Dwarka sir, please join in. Rupesh sir, please join us on stage. Rupesh sir. I now request VC ma'am to please felicitate Rupesh Gaur sir, Chief, Haryana Libraries Association. Haryana Libraries Association has expressed a desire to felicitate VC ma'am and KP Singh sir. Rupesh sir, I invite you back on stage. Yes, that is an announcement I reserved for you. Sir, please join me here on stage.
So there is a tradition with the Haryana Library Association. I'm the General Secretary of Haryana Library Association. So we have conducted more than 50 conferences, and it's a tradition with us that we felicitate the host institution head as well as the organizing secretary. So we would like to felicitate Dr. KP Singh here from HLA.
Thank you very much for giving us opportunity to collaborate with this conference. This conference is very wonderful conference. सर हमने अब तक 50 से ज़्यादा कॉन्फ्रेंसेस किए हैं और वैलिडिटी सेशन में इतनी गैदरिंग पहली बार देखी है और ये सारा श्रेय जो है मैं डॉक्टर केपी सिंह जी को देता हूँ. इन्होंने बहुत मेहनत की है और बहुत अच्छा एनवायरनमेंट आपके यहाँ पर मिला. बहुत अच्छा आप लोगों ने हमें हॉस्पिटैलिटी दी. सभी साथियों के साथ बहुत अच्छा सबको लगा. बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद. भविष्य में भी इस प्रकार की कोलैबोरेशन का हम उम्मीद करते हैं और आशा करते हैं कि इस प्रकार साथियों को लाइब्रेरियंस को और डॉक्टर साहब को सुना तो रियली ऐसा लगा कि हम अपने ही किसी लाइब्रेरियन को सुन रहे हैं. और इस प्रकार की मोटिवेशंस इस मंच से मिली. बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद. और डॉक्टर साहब ने लाइब्रेरियन को जो रिगार्ड जो रिस्पेक्ट दिया वो उसके लिए मैं तहे दिल से धन्यवादी हूँ. और हरियाणा लाइब्रेरी एसोसिएशन के प्रधान प्रेसिडेंट की हैसियत से आपको बहुत बहुत नमन. बहुत बहुत नमस्कार.
थैंक यू सर. आई जस्ट वांट टू ऐड वन स्मॉल थिंग सर. एज आपने याद दिला दिया. आप ऐसा सोचिए लाइब्रेरी मंदिर है तो आप पुजारी हो. ये बस. अब भगवान के पास जाने के लिए पहले पुजारी के पास परमिशन लेके जाना पड़ता है. एग्जैक्टली आप ऐसा यू आर द वन हु इज प्रोटेक्टिंग दैट नॉलेज. सो आई एम सो थैंकफुल टू बी हियर. थैंक यू.
I request the dignitaries to now felicitate Conference Secretariat members. We'll start with Dr. Deepa, Librarian and in charge, BML Munjal University.
They people are actually backbone of this success. All the conference secretariat, and not only secretariat, all the member of national organizing committee is the backbone of this conference success.
Dr. Dharmendra Harith, Chief Librarian, Sushant University. Dr. Anil Jharotia, Librarian, North Cap University. Dr. Rajesh Sharma, Librarian, Amity University, Gurugram. I request the dignitaries to also felicitate 2CQR amongst our other sponsors, DRDO, Matyaj, Zenith Subscriptions, Standard Book Agency, and powered by Library Professional Foundation in collaboration with Haryana Library Association. If you could have a representative from 2CQR. I request all the Secretariat members to come together for a group photograph. We now move towards the awards distribution. The first in this is Best Paper School category, won by Sitanshu Thakkar. Best Paper School category by Sitanshu Thakkar. Please join us here on stage, sir.
Good afternoon, everyone. Hello. Good afternoon, everyone. It's my opportunity to be here. It's my opportunity to be here and presenting my paper, which was a enlightening pathway life at technology solution for transforming school libraries in Ladakh. I heard very articles regarding life at technology, but a video which came, Sonam Wangchung, everybody knows him, Three Idiots, Amir Khan play a role of him. He uploaded a video about technology which was used in his school, that is Secmol Foundation, and they use LIFA technology which was based on implementing transistor which on top of the mountain and just emitting light technology to the school, which receive this light and connect with the internet, or which is used very economically and very easily to implement. That motivate me to use this video or this opportunity to look where they in Ladakh. Everybody. Okay, thank you very much.
Best paper in the conference goes to Professor Amrit Kaur. Professor Amrit Kaur, best paper of the conference. Best presentation school category has been won by Mr. Sumit Kumar. Mr. Sumit Kumar is from Lucknow. Best presentation of the conference has been won by Sagiru Bala. Sagiru Bala from Nigeria.
And he is the scholar of the Career Point University, and his guide is with us also, Dr. Deepak Kumar Srivastav. So please join us, Deepak ji.
Congratulations to all the winners. I now request Dr. K.P. Singh to please come and give the vote of thanks.
Thank you, Apala ji. मैं अकेला ही चला था जाने में मंजिल, मगर लोग साथ आते गए और कारवां बनता गया. Thank you, all of you. And good evening to the most venerated chief guest, Shri Buddha Kumar ji, Buddha Shri Chandrasekhar ji, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Dr. Padmakali Banerjee, special guest, Shri P. Dwarkanath ji, guest, present dignitaries, worthy delegates, panelists, worthy allies professionals, and my dear friends and philosophers. I take it is the most opportune moment to express profound gratitude to the among us assemble of the guests who partook the glory of the academic conference and they shared their valued insight. It is the rare honor to the university to host such a big sangam of the intellectuals and cater to all the delegates and dignitaries who, despite their myriad pre-engagements, made it to the conference of such enormous proportion. The overwhelming participation of more than 180 representatives from the colleges and university throughout the country and abroad. It is an itself a great achievement and great achievement success. It also speaks volume about the zeal and enthusiasm of the participants to learn, share, and disseminate learning of the professional development. First of all, I would like to thank our source of motivation, Professor Dr. Padmakali Banerjee, Vice Chancellor, ILM University, Gurugram, for showing faith on me and guiding me to host this unforgettable conference. Your valued suggestion and guidance is the backbone of the success of the conference. So thank you, ma'am. On the behalf of ILM University, Dr. K.P. Singh, I would like to express my deep gratitude to our distinguished chief guest, Mr. Buddha Chandrasekhar ji, Shri P. Dwarkanath ji, for being here on this special occasion. Sir, the amiable company of such an intellectual like you has lent to this event and has inspired the gathering of scholars to excel in their chosen domain. Sir, your sage advice and valued opinion have certainly broadened the horizon of understanding of the representatives assembly of the participants. I'd like to express my deep gratitude to all the keynote speakers, panelists, invited speakers for being present on this momentous day. The assembly of the scholars has been motivated and excelled. Your wise counsel and insightful comment have undoubtedly expanded the participants and representative assembly horizons of understanding. I am indeed thankful to all the honored participants for being with us and contributing efficiently to make this event a grand success. Your creative ideas and suggestions are worth pondering over and have widened to the scope of the theme of the conference. It is not something that happened in overnight. Weeks ago, the wheel began to turn it necessity for thought and a keep eye on the detail. We have been lucky enough to have the support of the team proactive and devoted members of our institution's personnel who are expert in their field. I am also wish the acknowledge to a devoted endeavor of the organizing team, International Advisory Board, National Advisory Board, National Organizing Committee, Conference Secretariat, and our internal team, our distinguished faculty and other staff. They all have striven hard, taking time by the forelock to execute the assigned task to perfection and to extend hospitality to all the participants and the guests. My thanks are also due to research scholars, beloved students, session coordinators, transport, reception, registration, and accommodation team. My special gratitude to Sanjay sir, our registrar sir, Nitika ma'am, Dr. Navita Dikshit ji, and I believe the amicable physical arrangement are lifeline of the event. This conference wouldn't have been possible if it not been done by you, your commitment to add comfort to the stay of the international and national participant and your organization skill. Thank you once again. I express my heartfelt thanks to the press and media, the sponsors and hospitality partner. It's your financial and physical support, concern, proportional strategies, and that we attribute great success of this conference to. The smoothness of the Mega Manthan is only possible due to the restless support of the Hamid sir for smooth IT support, Vikram sir for the proportional of event, Sanya Kapoor ji and her team for graphic designing, JLL team, housekeeping support, guards, and the person who is designed this beautiful flowers. The AK Bhaiya is the, thank you for that. Finally, once again, I would like to thank the respected assembly of representative were the chief guests, eminent speakers, officials and participating colleges and universities for being significant part of the conference and for being forging the long association with our institution. Let us give applause to heartful appreciation to all those who contributed to making the ICRSL 2024 a grand success. Finally, I would like to convey my gratitude to everyone here for taking the time to join us today and for the assisting us in the making this conference is a mega event. Thank you so much. We look forward to meet to you soon. Bida with you.
Thank you, KP sir. I request everybody to come forward for a grand group photograph and then move towards the networking tea. Thank you.